Hello and welcome everyone to the YouTube channel of LearnBay.co.
I was talking about data analytics, which is the fastest growing domain these days. Why? Because we are in the phase of digitalization, that everything is getting digitalized. What is digitalization? Digitalization means the flow of the data. The simplest example of digitalization could be buying the stuff online. Online shopping is the simplest example of digitalization. Okay, and when you buy something online, the first thing which you do is you register yourself onto the vendor's platform. You register yourself onto the vendor's platform and provide your information. And provide your information, and that is a one time activity. Next time you log in, you need not to. The first thing which comes into the data analytics domain is the management of the data. Until and unless the data is managed, we will not be able to proceed a single step ahead, right? So the first thing is data management. Number two. Number two is what comes after. Once you have managed the data, what is next? Next is analysis of the data. Let's take an example of Amazon. Now, supposingly Amazon has the detail, all the data. Now, suppose Amazon has divided into 4 regions: north, south, east, west. So which is the region from where it is getting the maximum sales? Okay. Or which type of or which category of the products are most revenue generating? Which is the day of the week where we have where the Amazon is receiving maximum sales? So what is this? This is known as data analytics. Analyzing the data, for which we have various tools, like we have SAS, we have R, we have Python, and number of things are available over here. Okay, then what after analysis? We have done the analysis also. What comes next? So the next thing which comes up over here is the presentation of the data, and that is known as data visualization. Data visualization means presenting the data in the form of images. Sorry. Sorry. So presenting the data in a form of images is known as data visualization. Like you must have seen these days in many of the news channels and on some online websites also, you are getting the details about the COVID status, right? You are getting the details of the COVID status. So what is that? That is also an example of visualization, where you are getting different type of bar charts and line charts and all those. So that is known as a visualization. And for visualization, there are n number of tools available. We have Salesforce, we have ClickView, we have Power BI, we have Tableau, etc. However, out of the number of tools available, the top two market leaders are Tableau and Power BI. These are the two market leaders in terms of data visualization. And as per the today's agenda, we will be talking about one tool, that is Power BI, and we will try to understand the power of Power BI. And I hope you all are aware about Excel, right? So Excel, we normally work in Excel. Now here I will show you one data. You have a data in front of you. Let's try to understand this. So this is a data about an online store. This is a data about an online store from US, and it has 4 years of data. I have the information about the order, like order ID, order date, ship mode. Then I have the information about the customer, like the name of the customer. Every customer has a unique ID. Then the customer has been divided into 3 segments, which are consumer, corporate, and home office. Further, we have the country, city, state, postal code, region of the customer. Then we have the details about the product, like the name of the product. The product has been divided into 3 categories, which are furniture, office supplies, and technology. And these categories has been further subdivided into subcategories. Like if it is furniture, what in furniture? Table, chair, bookcase, etc. Okay, so categories. Then we have category, subcategory. Then we have the sales value. What was the sales value of that particular transaction? The quantity sold in that transaction, any discount offered, and the profit earned. So overall, I have 21 fields over here, and I have around 10,000, to be specific, 9,995 records in the data I have over here. Now, if I ask you some question like, can you give me a visual, or can you tell me which is the particular category which has generated the maximum sales? Which particular state has generated the maximum revenue? What is the performance in the last, this is data for 5 years. So what is the data, performance of the data in the last 5 years? Or let's take which particular subcategory is most revenue generating, etc. If I want answer to these questions, can I get these in Excel? Can I get this in Excel? If yes, type in Y in the chat box. Just type in Y in the chat box if you think yes. No. Okay. So yes, using pivot. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So I am getting a mixed pivot. Yes. Yes, don't worry about the recording and all. You will be getting it. Right? Pivot and slicer. Wonderful. So I can see that I have a informed user of Excel. So good knowledge of Excel can be seen in your answers. So thank you for your responses, and absolutely correct. Yes, we can achieve it to certain extent in Excel also. We have to do some efforts on it, and we can create a pivot. From there we can create some chart. If you wanted to make it more dynamic, you might have to do some coding and all to achieve that. Okay, now let us see if I utilize Power BI for this, what will happen. So here it goes. Here is the visualization of that data using Power BI, a very simple one, right? In which it says Superstore sales summary, where it is displaying in the entire 4 years, the total sales generated. From the 10,000 record, the total sales generated is 2.3 million, and the total profit earned is 286,000. The phones was the category which has generated the maximum revenue, but maximum profit has been generated by the copiers. If you see on the basis of the segment, consumer has generated almost 50% of the revenue has been generated from consumer. If we see the region wise, the maximum sales has been generated from the western region, that is 32%. East is also quite closer, that is 30%. South being the minimum contributor of 17%. If I talk about the category, you can see the category wise sales, technology being the most revenue generating category. And here is the performance in the 4 years, 2014 to 2017, in which we can see that there is a continuously growth. Only in the year 2015, we can see slight dip in the office supplies and technology. Furniture is continuously growing, right? And here, if I see it, I'm getting the subcategory wise sales. I'm getting the subcategory wise sales over here, which says phones and chairs has generated the maximum revenue, leaving the rest far behind. Okay, so this is the details about the entire 10,000 records. Now, supposingly, you need to get only the details of Western region. Suppose you are heading the Western region and you are not bothered what Central, East, and South has done. You just concern about the performance of the Western region. So how can we get that? So you can click on the West and see what happens. Your entire visual has been giving the details of Western region. In the Western region, the maximum revenue has been generated from the chairs, and the most profitable was copiers. The total sales is 725,000 and the total profit earned was 108,000. Consumer being the most revenue generating, that is 50%. Chair has generated the maximum revenue, and the furniture is being the most revenue generating category. And you can see the performance, year-wise performance has also changed. There's a lot of ups and downs over here, right? Not only a particular region. If you wanted to talk about a particular state, let's take California. Now you are getting the details only of California. In the California, the maximum revenue was generated by phone. Accessories was most profitable. Total sales 457,000. Profit is 76,000. Maximum revenue has been generated from the technology category. Okay. Right. So why? And not only this, this is, I have talked about a state. Now, supposingly in this visual, you just wanted to see the details from the consumer sector. Let me click on consumer. See, all your visual is displaying the details of consumer sector only. Right? So the total sales generated from consumer sector is 1.1 million. And the total profit is 134,000. I wanted to see the details of the South. Let me click on South. Now all the visuals are giving the details of only South. So in the South region, the sales of technology has a great dip in the year 2015, but then it picked up. Okay. So by this, what I wanted to show the interactive nature of Power BI. So it is 100% interactive. You want to talk about furniture, click on furniture. Your entire visual is talking only about furniture. Is this clear? Right. Okay. Okay. So how is the report? If you like the report, say, just write in G. If you write the like the report, if you say that report is good enough, you can type in G in the chat box. Wonderful, wonderful, very good. Right. So what is the most important thing? Very impactful, right? Very good. You gave me the answer before I put in the question. So the most important part regarding, can we use multiple filters? Yes, it could be 100% dynamic. You can add as many filters. And in Power BI, we call filter as slicers. Right. Thank you for the responses. Okay. So this is what we can create in Power BI. And what if? Now, do you think filter is equal to slicer? Explain how you had made the report. First of all, I have not made this report. My students has made this report. Okay. So this is the report made by my student. I think, yes, batch 8 sales summary. So this is a report made by my students. Okay. So definitely I will tell you, and this is in this 4 hours. In this 4 hours, I will bring all of you to the level that you will be able to create this report. Okay. So that is what you can expect after devoting the 4 hours with me. Sounds good? Sounds good? Yes or no? No problem. If you are joining late, not a problem. You are here and wonderful. Yes. Yes. Wonderful. I can see the energy in your chat box. That is what is required. The only thing you need to be an expert of Power BI, that is your energy. Energy should be up. You will definitely get a value out of it. Wonderful. Right. So let's proceed on. I will tell you all the things. The Power BI is available free of cost. So very comfortably you can download. I will tell in this module how to download the Power BI. Okay, downloading, installing, everything I will be covering, and that I can tell you that you will be able to create this report after completion of this 4 hours. Okay, so now think if you have to create something similar in Excel, can we create this? Not exactly. We can create to a certain extent. We cannot create the exact thing, but we can create it to a certain extent. And in that case, we can create it to a certain extent, and that will be for which if we wanted to make it such dynamic, we have to do some coding, we have to do the VBA programming in Excel, and then I will be able to get something similar to it, not exactly same. And it will be a lot of time consuming. It will be a lot of time consuming. And okay, so now when you know what can be done with the Power BI, now I will talk about Power BI. Till now, I was not talking about Power BI. Now I will start off with Power BI. So Power BI is a powerful data visualization, or to be more specific, it is a business intelligence tool, which allow us to create dynamic visuals. Okay, let's proceed further. Power BI is a data visualization and a business intelligence tools that converts the data from data sources to interactive dashboards and BI reports. So the thing which I have showed you in Power BI, this is known as a report, which is the final product of Power BI. Okay, now Power BI is actually a bundle of components. Power BI is really powerful, and it is a bundle of components in which the first component we can see over here is the Power Query. Power Query is used for cleaning of the data. So in the real-time situation, many a times you will come across a situation when your data will not be ready for the visualization. So you have to transform the data, or in simple words, you can say you have to clean the data. Okay, so that is for which we have a Power Query. Then we have something known as Power Pivot, which is used to work with the multiple data sources. If you want to work with multiple data sources, then we can utilize Power Pivot. Then we have something known as Power View, which is used to create different type of visuals. So as you can see in this visual, in this report, there are different visuals. These all are the different type of visuals. So we will be able to create these visuals using Power View. And then we have Power BI service, which is used to share your visualization. So the interface which I am showing you as of now, the report you are seeing over here, this is the report which has been shown in the Power BI service. So this is the interface of Power BI service. Okay, which is used to share your visualization. That is Power BI service. Okay, then why Power BI? Why do we need Power BI? So let's see why. Number one answer is speed. Number one answer is speed. Now, let me have a quick question. Can you tell me how much time will it take? How much time will it take to create a chart in Excel? You must have created chart in Excel. Just give me a number, whatever you say, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you feel like. Quickly chat in the 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Right, I'm talking about Excel. 5 to 10 minutes in Excel, right? 5 minutes. Okay, so we can see as per the response, we can say average time of 5 minutes, right? And the best way to create a chart in Excel is a pivot chart, right? However, in Power BI, any type of most complex visual which you think can be created within a minute. It takes a minute to create a chart in Power BI. It takes a minute to create a chart in Power BI. So that is the speed which Power BI provide. So if you want to create this type of report, so this complete report will not take more than 10 to 12 minutes to create this report. Okay, so number one is speed. Number two, Power BI is very much user friendly. No programming skill, no technical background is required to work in Power BI. If you can work on computers, you can work in Power BI. Simple. It is 100% clicks. No programming, no coding. It is simple clicks and you will be able to perform the task. Then eye-catching and interactive dashboard, and to be more specific, I should call it as a report. So which I have already shown you, the report which I have shown you was very much interactive and it is eye-catching also. And so simple that anybody can understand what the data is saying. Maximum features. Power BI is the tool which has provided the maximum features. That is, in Excel, you must have used many functions like string functions, we have date functions, we have numeric functions, and we have if condition, we have nested if. So all, I would say all those functions, or to be more specific, most of that functions are available in Power BI also. So what's great about it? The great part about it is that is all available on the mouse click. You have a function date part, date diff, date part, date diff, and we have the string function left, right, upper, lower, length, substring, find, trim, mid, etc. So these are the functions which we use in Excel, but all these functions are available in Power BI and you will be able to use them without using your keyboard. Literally, I mean this. Okay, maximum features. Then Power BI is one of the cheapest visualization tool available in the market. It is the most economic visualization tool when it is compared to its competitors. And the basic version of Power BI, which all of us will be installing, that is free of cost. And the paid version is also very economic. That is somewhere around $10 per user per month is the cost of the Power BI professional version. Okay. So it is the cheapest visualization tool available in the market. And when it comes to the data connectivity, you can get the data from anywhere, almost anywhere. There are more than 100 type of data sources from where you can get the data in Power BI. Now, how does Power BI work? So two important things. One is we have Power BI desktop. So I will just show you, this is the interface of here it is. So this is the interface of Power BI desktop, which I have installed on my machine. So I have opened this Power BI desktop. And here you can see in my taskbar, this is an icon of the Power BI desktop. You will click on this and you will be getting to this particular page. So this is Power BI desktop, which we will be working on. It is used to create the reports. All the different type of visuals which you have seen over here, all these visuals has been created in the Power BI desktop. So Power BI desktop is used to create the reports. Number two, then we have Power BI service, the interface which I am showing you over here. So this Power BI is used to publish the report. Publishing means how to share it with your respective audience. To share it with your audience, that is Power BI service. Sorry. Okay, used to publish the report. Now let me tell you very interesting part about Power BI. In any organization, we have some reports. Every organization, we have a requirement of some reports, weekly report, daily report, or monthly reports. Yes. Do we have reports? Just type in Y. Yes, we have regular reports. How do we create a report? How do we create a report? The normal process which we follow, normally we get the data in Excel. In Excel, we create the charts, right? In Excel, we create the chart. Then we put those charts, we can take a copy of the chart, put it into the Power BI, put it into the PowerPoint, create a nice presentation and send it using the Microsoft Outlook to the respective recipient. Right? Do you agree with me? If you are agree, type in A. Type in A if you are agree with me. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Now, let us see if we utilize Power BI, what will happen. Now, let's assume that the report which I have shown you over here, this is a weekly report which needs to be sent every week 10 a.m. in the morning. Now, what you can do, you have created the report once, you have put it into the Power BI service, right? Now, you can ask Power BI to do the needful on your behalf. You can ask Power BI to send this report every Monday 10 a.m. to the respective recipient. So the Power BI will be drafting the mail on your behalf and sending it to your respective recipient, right? But now you might be questioning me, okay, Power BI send the report, that is fine, but at least I have to refresh the data. In most of the reports, what happened? The layout of the reports remains same, but on a regular interval, like if we are talking about the weekly report, every week the data gets changed. Every week the data gets changed. Yes. So the data needs to be what we do. We refresh the data, recreates the chart, and then publish it. Then put it into the PowerPoint and do this. Now what we have done, we have created the report once, put it into the Power BI service. We have asked the Power BI to send the report according to the example every Monday 10 a.m. to the respective recipient. And we have also asked the Power BI to refresh the data on your behalf. So try to understand the power of Power BI, that Power BI will, you have your weekly activity, daily activity, or a monthly activity can be converted to a one-time activity. You have created the report once. Now you have just put it into the Power BI service. Now Power BI will automatically refresh the data and send the report every Monday 10 a.m. to the respective recipient without you being present in the office. Zero intervention. So how is this feature? Can I get some response? Right, somebody, right, wonderful. So this is why, okay, somebody asked me, oh, it's going quite fast. Somebody asked me why my dashboard is locked. Black. Yes, I like this color. That's why I have chosen black. Nothing is specific. You can do any color. I think black looks more professional. That's why I go with black. Right. Wonderful. So this is what we will be doing in Power BI. Okay. So let's proceed further. And this is how Power BI works. A quick comparison between Tableau and Power BI. Because as soon as we talk about the Power BI, even if you go to the interview, you will get this question, okay, what is the difference between Tableau and Power BI? Even I can say my practical experience, whenever students interact with me, they say, okay, sir, we wanted to learn Power BI, but we are not sure what is the difference between Tableau and Power BI, right? So my answer to all my students is the difference between Tableau and Power BI, or I should say the comparison between Tableau and Power BI is just like comparing Ford and Hyundai. Which one is better? Which one is better, Ford or Hyundai? So the answer is quite tough. It is tough to say which one is better, either Ford or Hyundai. So it totally depends on an individual on what features you are comparing. Are you comparing cost, convenience, or mileage, after sales, etc.? There could be n number of features. So in the similar manner, if I say Tableau and Power BI, both are the market leader, both are exceptionally good. But I have tried to take 3-4 points on which I have tried to compare the Tableau and Power BI. So first feature is data visualization. When it comes to data visualization, Tableau says you give me the data in the proper format and I will visualize it wonderfully with the minimum efforts. Okay. On the other hand, when we go to the Power BI also says, yes, I will help you create the visuals in a most convenient manner. However, even if your data is not in an appropriate shape, it is not ready for the visualization, I will help you to make the data ready for the visualization. Okay. So this is first data visualization. Second comes to the size of the data set. Tableau does not put any capping on the size of the data set. On the other hand, Power BI has a limit of 1 GB on data in the free version, and in the paid version, there's a limit of 10 GB. Right? So it puts a capping on this. Third, data sources. Tableau can connect to a wide range of data sources, right? And Power BI can also connect to all the data sources which Tableau can connect to. Moreover, it can also get the data from the online search engine like Blink. Okay. Then coming to the cost, Tableau is pretty expensive. That is somewhere around $70 per user per month is the cost of Tableau. However, Power BI is Power BI basic version comes free of cost, and a paid version is also very nominal, that is $10 per user per month. Okay, so this is how we have tried to compare Power BI and Tableau. So it's totally depend on the requirement which one you will opt for. Installing Power BI. So I have given you the link of installing the Power BI, and it has gone. And for your convenience, I am also putting this link into the chat box. So anybody who wants to try. Yes, absolutely correct. Somebody said both are best. Absolutely both are best. Oh, right. So I hope you have got the link. If anybody wants to try download it, you can click over here, or you can take that link and download it after the session. Yes, it is free. The version which I am giving you, it's free of cost. So let me click on this. And here it is, the download page. You say Microsoft Power BI desktop, click on the download button. It will try saying open Microsoft Store. I will say open. It will take you to the Microsoft Store. Here it is. You see the product is installed, and I am getting an option of launch. But when you will do it, you will get an option of install. You will get an option of install. You just have to click on install button, and Power BI will automatically be installed. You don't have to do anything. You might be prompted to enter some few of your details like name and all. So you can enter that. Else, nothing has to be done. It will be installed automatically. Once installed, you will get this launch button. You will click on the launch button. Power BI will open. So the installation is very, very simple over here. So that is installation of Power BI. Okay, one more interesting feature about Power BI, as you already know, when you download any software, there are updates, new versions of software coming up. But in Power BI, there is very interesting feature is you can go to the file, go to the options, and you will get an option over here as preview features, right? So whatever the new features are, they will keep on coming in. The new features will keep on coming in over here. So whichever flow, like you can say Spanish language support, Azure Map Visual, whatever the new feature you wanted to add, you can click on this and click on OK, and the new feature will add it to this. And this list will keep on changing. Okay, so no need to reinstall. The features will be automatically updated by this. And it updates every month. Okay, so now let's see the interface of Power BI. So this is the interface of Power BI. Here we call it as a page. This is the area where you will be creating your visuals. Here, these are the different type of visuals which are there in the Power BI. As of now, there is one fields and the filters. Field is empty. Once we get the data over here, we will see the fields from the data source under these tab. And we will see different type of visual which we will be creating in our Power BI. Right, so let's create a basic charts in Power BI. Entire Power BI is a three-step process. Simple, remember, three-step process, which is number one, get the data. I have written connect to the data source. Either you can say connect to the data source or you can say get the data. So you get the data into the Power BI, number one. Number two, choose the visualization. That means tell Power BI which type of visual you wanted to create. And number three, select the fields to be worked on. Select the fields to be worked on. Tell Power BI which fields you wanted to have the visual on. Okay. So let's do that. So first of all, let's get connected to the data, and I am connecting to the same data over here, which I have shown you. That is the name of the data is orders. In this, I have three sheets. One is the order, which contains the entire data. Another, I have the returns, which contains the order number, which has been returned. Then I have a people, which contains the name of the regional heads. So I will go back to the orders. I will go over here and I want to get the data. So you will see there is an option called get data. You can click on this get data. You will see so many options over here. I want to get the data from Excel. So I will select Excel over here. I will browse to the data. Here it is. And I will say open. Here it is. You can go to the orders and you will see this is the orders over here. And here you are getting the preview. Simply say load. You will see two options over here, load and transform. So as of now, we are using the load. We use transform if we want to make any changes to the data. So I don't want to make changes. My data is readily usable. So I will simply say load. So the data is getting loaded into the Power BI. It takes some time to just load, few seconds. Right. So you can see the data is over here. You can click on this drop down arrow and you will see all the fields which are there in your data source. All the fields are appearing over here. So we have done the first step, that is get the data or connect to the data source. We have got the data over here. Second, choose the visualization. That means tell Power BI which type of visual you wanted to create. So I will let's take it a stacked column chart. So I wanted to have a column chart. So I will double click over here and I'm getting the chart over here. Let me resize it. You can resize the chart as per your requirement. Then you will see, depending on the visual you have taken, you will get some field option. There are two buttons over here. One is, this is the field button and this is the format button. This is for analysis, which we can talk later. Okay, so supposingly I want to display the sales on the basis of subcategory. So you will take the sales from here and drop it onto the values. And let us find subcategory. You will take the subcategory over here and drop it onto the axis. You can see you are getting the subcategory sales over here. Now, if you wanted to make some changes onto it, let's say I wanted to have a data labels. So any sort of a changes you wanted to do, or you can say wanted to do some formatting onto it. So you can go to the format and there's first is label. There's an option called data label. You can switch on the data labels and you are getting the data labels over here. But if you will see that the size of the text is very small over here, so you can just click on this drop down arrow of the data labels and you will see the size. So size is appearing as 9. I will make it as 18. Here it is. So you can see that the size has been increased and now these are clearly visible. Similarly, if you wanted to increase the label size for the X and the Y axis, you can go over here. You will see X axis, click on this drop down arrow and you can make the size, let's take 18. Here it is. And similarly, you can go to the Y axis also and search for the size. You can make it as 18. So you can see here that you are getting a subcategory wise sales over here. There are many other formatting options over here like X, Y axis. Then data colors, if you wanted to change the color, the default color, let's say I wanted to change the default color. I would like to take say orange over here. So the color has been changed. You can say show all. And now if you want to give individual color to each of the category, you can select over here. I don't want to get into it. So you can just play around with this formatting options. Data label, and this is the data label. If you want to change the color and all, you can do it over here. Then we have something known as title over here. On the top, you can see it is appearing as title, where I have gone. On the top subcat sales by subcategory, this is the title. If you don't want, you can switch off the title. And if you want, you can switch on the title. If you want to change the title, you can click on this drop down arrow and say subcategory sales. Subcategory sales I have written over here, and I want the alignment to be in the center. I want some different color. Let's take, I want supposingly golden, or I will take the same color, this one. And I will like to increase the text size as well. Let me make it as 32. Right, font and all, if you want, you can change it. You can also change the background color. I want the background color as, let's take black. So this is what I am getting over here. So I have specified the title. So this is how can I play around with the title. If you wanted to give some background, so you can click on this background, click on the drop down, and you can give some background color to it. Let me take, I wanted to have it as black. So it is appearing in a black color. And transparency, you can see over here. If you want to give some different look to it, you can do something like this, right? And you can choose any color which you want. Then if you want some borders to your visual, you can put in the borders over here. And let's take, I want to have a red color border. You will see some radius. So you can make it as this, and you will be getting a rounded corner border over here. Shadow and all can be done. So let me reduce the size and see how does it looks. Here is your visual. Right, so you can see because of the border, it is appearing as a rounded corner border, and this is the visual we have created over here. So that is a stacked column chart we have created over here. Okay, so this is how we can create the chart. You can play around with the formatting options and sorry, you can play around with the formatting options and see what impact you will get on your visual. So this is the first type of visual which we have created, that is this one. Then we have, let me take it as a scatter chart. So if you wanted to convert it as a stacked column chart, as of now it is a simple column chart. If you want to make stacks in it, let me take over here. I would like to take, let's take region. Let me put the region into the legend and see what happens. You will see I am getting the 4 different colors of blocks over here, and these are known as legends. Okay, so it is a stacked bar chart over here. Instead of region, let me try to put segment and see what happens. Here it is. I'm getting the segment wise bifurcation over here. So this is an example of stacked column chart. Right. Similarly, we have another visual also. Let us take, this is the stacked bar chart. Let me take this. I can resize it. I'm taking the same. Okay, one more thing. One option is I can drag and drop the respective field into the respective area, or I can also simply click on this. Automatically, it will be moved to the appropriate place, and I'm getting a stacked bar chart. If you want, you can also take, let me take the region as the legend. So the region is appearing over here as the legend. You want to display the labels, so you can go to the data labels and the data labels will be displayed over here. But again, you can see that the all the text is appearing very small over here. You want to display the text in a bigger size. But every time you will create a visual and you will create a visual and you have to do the changes. Every time you will create a visual, you have to do the changes. So I will give you a shortcut for this. So you can go, there is an option called view. Click on this drop down arrow. There is an option of customize current theme. You will get an option of text. And here you can increase the size. Let me make it as 16. Say apply. So you can see that the font size has been increased. Now it has become the default font size. So any chart which you will be creating in this workbook, the size will be 16. So you don't have to change again and again, right? So that is a stacked bar chart over there. Then we have a pie chart over here. Let's create a pie chart. So here is the pie chart. We can create a pie chart. Pie chart is good for the percentage comparison. Here it goes. And let me take the sales. So this time I will not drag and drop. I will simply click on this and the sales will automatically go to the appropriate place. That is the values. And let me take the region over here. You will see the region will go to the details. And this is what I am getting. I'm getting the region wise sales over here. Let me go to the formatting part. And supposingly, I don't want this legend, so I can switch off the legends. And in the detailed label, I will click on this drop down and I will say all detailed label. I'm getting all detailed label. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. If you wanted to change the color and all, you can do it. Display unit value decimal places. You can see it is appearing to 2 decimal places. I want to 0 decimal places. So you can see 392,000, 501,000, 679, and 725,000. And decimal places for this, let me make it as 1. Or let's take this as 0. Yes. Here it is. This is how it is appearing over here, your pie chart. If you want to give some label, you can give the label as per your requirement. Right, border, shadow, anything you want, you can play around with this. I'm not getting too much into the cosmetic part of it. Right, so this is a pie chart we have created. Then we have another type of chart which is known as a donut chart. Donut chart is same like a pie chart, but it has a hole. So a donut with a hole is known as a pie chart. A donut with a hole is known as a pie chart. So let's do it. Let me take a donut. And I will be taking the same options. I'm taking the sales on the basis of the region. Here it goes. Same options. It is same pie with a hole. I can go to the formatting part and I don't want the legends. I can make the detailed label over here. All detailed label I'm getting. Right. Any changes? I want the decimal places to be 0. And title and all, I don't want the title, so I remove the title from here. And background and all can be done over here. Then you have an option called shape, and you have an option of inner radius. So you just reduce it and see, if you reduce it to 0, it will become a pi. Like this. Okay. So this is how you can create a donut chart. So this is a donut chart, a pie with a hole. And let's try to take something else. Instead of region, let me try to put the subcategory. So I'm getting the subcategory by sales over here. Right? So this is a donut chart we have. Then another visual we have over here is the funnel chart. Another visual is a funnel chart. So let's create a funnel. Funnel is again good for comparison of the values. So this is the funnel chart. Let me take the funnel over here. Let me resize it. Supposingly, I would like to take the sales. So I will put the sales into the values, and in the group, let me take subcategory into the group. And this is what I am getting over here. Now, let us see the first one. See what type of information it will display, how to read this visual. I will go to the first one. It is showing in the tooltip, it is displaying the sales. The subcategory, it is the phones, and the total sales is 330,000. And percentage of first, as it is the first one, so it is 100%. The phones, the percentage of phones with respect to the phones will be 100% only. Next, let's see chairs. The sales of chairs is 328, this 328,000, and the percentage of first. So if I compare it to the phones, the sales of chairs is 99% of phones. Let me move to the storage, and if you will see, the storage sales is 223,000, which is 67% of the sales of the phone and 68% of the sales of the chairs. Okay, let me say copiers. Let me move to copiers. Let me move to copier. So the sales is 149,000, which is 45% of the sales of the phone. As you can see, it is mentioned as percentage of first, and percentage of previous, that is accessories. Comparative to accessories, the percentage is 89%. So you can see you are getting a detailed information, detailed comparison about the categories. Right? So this is known as a funnel chart. Am I clear? This is a funnel chart. Okay. How is it going? Is it going okay? If okay, type in the chat box. Great. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Very good. Right. Your answers basically gives me the energy. So be energetic. You will get a lot of things in this session. Wonderful. So let's proceed further. Here we have the funnel chart. Let's see what comes next. Okay, few of the formatting options if you want to do. So because of the lack of time, I won't be able to go into all the formatting options, but yes, I will highlight few of the main ones, and so that you can try this at your end. So one is category in this. So this is known as the category. If you will switch off this, the category won't be displayed. Data colors, if you want to change the color of the bars, let us take something like golden. So I have changed the colors of the bar. And data labels, so these are the data labels. If you don't want, you can switch off the data labels or you can make it as on. You can click on this drop down arrow. Label style, data value, I don't want the decimal places over here, so I'm saying 0 over here. And the position is already inside center, outside, and or I will say inside center. And let me reduce the size of it. Yes, so now it is appearing. Because of the size, it was not getting adjusted in the center of the filter. Color, we are taking it as white. Let's see the background color. I don't want the title, so I'm switching off the title as well. Background color, I would like to take a black. So now you must be understanding why I have taken black everywhere. I like black. And the border, if you want, I have taken the border as well. I can go to the shadow. I can make the border color as something different. I can make it as a rounded corner border. Right? This is fine. Okay. So you can see you are getting 100% and a 0% mark at the top and the bottom. So that is conversion. I will make it off. So this is how it is. We are getting the funnel chart. Let me reduce the size, and this is what we are getting over here. Okay, so this is the funnel chart, done some formatting onto it. Proceeding further, another wonderful chart which Power BI gives is the ribbon chart. See the beauty of this chart. Let me create this chart over here, and you will see how much information it will display. Let me take, here is the ribbon where it is. This is the ribbon chart. Let me resize it, and I would like to take the sales on the basis of order date. So you will see I am getting a simple bar chart where every bar represents the sales of that respective year. Correct? Now let's take the region into the legend and see what happens. So now as soon as you put the region into the legend, you are getting some ribbons over here. And I will quickly go to the formatting and I will make the data label as on. Okay. Now, if I will go over here, it is displaying the Western region sales for the year 2014. If I will go over here, it is giving me the Eastern region sales for year the 2016. If I will go over here, it is giving me the South region sales for 2017, right? So respective region sales is being displayed over here. Now, let me move over here. It is telling me Western region sales of 2014. If I will move over here, it is telling me Western region sales for 2015. But if I put my pointer in the middle, that is on the ribbon, see the information you are getting. See the information you are getting. It is saying the Western region sales in the year 2014 was 147,000, but in 15 it is 139,000. There is a dip in sales by 7,000. That is 5%. There is a dip in sales. In 2014, West was at number 1, and in 2015 it reached to the number 2, and there is a percentage rank change of 1. The rank has been dipped by 1 position. Now let me move my pointer over here. Now it is comparing the 15 and 16. So in the 2015, the sales of Western region was 139,000, but in 16 it was 187,000, and that there is a sales change. The sales has been increased by 47,000, and there is a percentage increase in the sales of 33%. In 15, the West was at number 2, but in 16, it reached at number 1. So the rank has been increased by 1. So there's an up. You can also see that this KPI is appearing as a upward triangle, and here it is appearing as a downward triangle, which indicates that the rank has gone up or gone down. Now, if I move my pointer in between over here, so now it is comparing the 2016 and 17. So in the 2016, the sales was 87,000, 187,000, and 17 it was 250,000. So there is an increase by 62,000, that is 33% has been increased. In 2016, the West was at number 1, and in 17 also the West has been at number 1. 33% increase. So you can see almost in the year 15, 16 and 16, 17, the percentage is almost similar, that is 33%. So continuously it has gone for 2 years in 33% increment in the sales. So just see, so conveniently we are getting so much of information. What I have done, let me try to do it once again. Let me remove this visual. I will quickly do the ribbon once again. Here is the ribbon, resize it. How to create it? I have taken the sales, I have taken the order date, and I have taken the region over here. My ribbon is ready. I have gone over here and I say the data label. Actually, I have done 4 clicks and I'm getting a detailed information. I hope you liked this feature. So it is a very, very wonderful and very useful visual we have in Power BI. Let's proceed further and see what we have next. The next we have an include exclude feature in Power BI. Now, what is this include exclude feature? So let me take another visual over here. So I will like to take a stacked column chart. Let me resize it. Let me take the sales on the basis of subcategory, and let me bifurcate it on the basis of, let's take region. And I will also like to give the data labels over here. So I will take the data label as on. So this is what I am getting over here. Now, supposingly, I wanted to compare. You can see that the phones and the chairs are at number 1 and 2. The first and the second position has been taken by the phones and the chair. Now, I wanted to compare the sales of phones and chairs, excluding the sales of Western region. I want to exclude Western region sales and then compare the sales of phones and chairs with others. So I can click on this. I can use control click over here, right click on this, and you will see there's an option called exclude. Click on this exclude, and you will see that the Western region sales has been excluded from phones and the chairs, but still you can see that the phones and the chairs are number 1 only. Okay, so that is an example of exclude. Now you will see it is gone in the filters. You can just clear it out to get it back. It is back over here. Now, supposingly out of this, I wanted to compare out of all the categories. I want to take the Western region sales for phone, chairs, storage, table, say copiers, accessories, this. Few I have taken randomly. Oh, sorry. I have to control click. Right click over here and there is an option called include. You will say include, and oh my god, sorry. This is another thing which I wanted to show you. So first of all, let me take quickly this. Say include. Here it is. So I'm getting only the data points which I have selected. So I'm comparing. So if I talk about the Western region only, so chair is at number 1 and phone is at number 2. But overall, phone is at number 1 and chair is at number 2. Okay, you can clear this filter to throw it out. Okay, then you have one more thing. You can click on this and right click over here, show data point as table and show as table. So if you say show data point as table, now if you want within the visual, you wanted to see all the transaction which has been done under the phone categories in the Western region. So you can say show data point as table. So you are getting all the transactions over here done in the phones category from the Western region. I will get back to the report and you will then click over here and there's an option called show as table. One was show data point as table and second is show as table. I will click on show as table and at the bottom under the visual, you are also getting the tabular data. You are getting the tabular data as well. If you want to have a quick idea about the exact values, you can have a look like this. Back to report, you will be back to your visual. So that is known as include, exclude. If you wanted to focus on a particular data point, you can do it using include, exclude. Exporting the data, I already told you, right? Then we have talked about the tabular data. Till now, we have seen the different visual which represents the data graphically in Tableau. But what if I wanted to have the tabular data in Tableau? So my tabular data in Power BI. If you wanted to have a tabular data in Power BI, so Power BI has given you two things. One is the table and another is the matrix. So I will tell you about both of this. Let me take the table over here and here it goes. Let me resize it and you will see in the tables you have only one field, that is value. Now whatever you wanted to display, you can put it into the values. Let's say I wanted to have category. Let me take the category. I wanted to have subcategory. Let me take the subcategory. I want to have the sales value. I also want to see the profit. I also want to see the quantity. I also want to see the discount. Whatever I want, I can keep on adding it over here and it is appearing like this. Simple tabular data in Power BI. You can add whatever you want in this data. Okay. So this is the tabular data in Power BI. Then let's see what all we can do over here with this tabular data. Let's see quickly see few of the formatting options. So I can go to the format and if you want, you can do some formatting like column headers. You can change the color of say background color. Let me make it as, let's take dark blue. So the background color is appearing as a dark blue and the foreground I can take it as white. So it is appearing like this. Values, if you want to change the color of the values, let's say I'm taking the color as dark blue over here. I have changed the color and let me go to the background. Let me put some different background color. I will like to take a light blue over here. So it is appearing like this, right? So we have alternate color. It has gone alternate font color. I'm taking it as a blue only and alternate background color is this. So I don't want any alternate. So this is, so I'm basically formatting my table over here to give it a better look. Then you have total. If you wanted to format the total, whether you want it, you can make it off. The total has been removed. I want the total and the label is total only. I will make the font color as white and the background color as dark blue. So this is how I'm getting the this formatting of the table. I have done quick formatting on this, right? But if you want, if you don't want to put in the efforts of doing all these things, you can also have, there is an option called style. You can go to the style and they are predefined styles. Just like in Excel, we have a auto format. Table auto format is there in Excel. Similarly, we have over here also the style. So you can use the style over here like minimal, minimum. or bold headers, alternating rows, contrast rows, flashy rows, bold header flashy rows, whatever you want. So there are many. Whichever you feel like is more appropriate for you, you can take that. So you can use the predefined styles over here. Okay. Then we have another important field like field formatting. Let's take, I wanted to format the category and I wanted to give some different color to the category. I have taken the blue color and the background color I have taken as a light blue. So this is I have done, and I also want this on the subcategory. So again, I'm taking the subcategory as dark blue and the background color is light blue. So this is how we are getting the format over here. That is known as field formatting. Then one of the important thing we have over here is the conditional formatting. So let's say conditional formatting. We can go to the conditional formatting over here. And now what could be the conditional formatting? The number one is the background color. So you can say you want to have it on the sales and I will say on. See what happens. Now automatically you are getting the background color in a different color shading. So you can click on this drop down arrow over here and you will see the data has been sorted. The data has been sorted from darkest to the lightest, where the dark color indicating a high sales value and a lighter color indicating a lesser sales value. Okay, so that is a background color we have done. Let me take something else. I would like to put discount. Let us take the discount and I want the font color on the discount. So you can see that the font color has been different, a darker to the lightest. Let me click on this and you will be able to see it. Darker to the lightest, it is appearing over here. If you want to change the color, you can change the color by clicking on the advanced control and maximum value I wanted to display in, let's take, I wanted to have some green color over here. So I'm taking it as green. Right. I want green over here. Right. And the lowest value, I would like to take it as, let's take yellow. Something like this. Say okay. Here it is. Green and yellow, it is appearing over here. So depending on the discount value of the discount, it is appearing as darker or the lighter. Then let's take quantity. And in the quantity, I would like to give the data bars. So you can see in the quantity along with the values, you are getting the data bars. Right? And you can click on this. So the data bars indicating the quantity sold. Then we can see icons. Let me put once again over here. Let me go to the profit and I will click on the icons over here. Right. And you can click on this. So you have three icons over here, green, yellow, and red. Green indicating the maximum profit generating, yellow is average profit generating, and red is less profit generating. Icons are being displayed over here, right? So this is how you can do the conditional formatting in tabular data. This is conditional formatting. Then we have something known as table aggregation. So I will go over here. Let me create one more table. So I will take the table over here. And this time I would like to take the subcategory and the sales. Here it is. Let me resize my table. Here it goes. Now table aggregations. What do you mean by table aggregation? If you see over here, by default, I am getting, what is this accessories 167,000. It is the sum of the sales. Accessories 167,000. So under the accessories category, we have got 167,000 sales. The total sum of sales is being displayed. By default, it will always display the sum. But if I don't want the sum, I can click on this drop down arrow of the sales and let's take count. I want to have count over here. So it is giving me the number of sales, how many sales has been done. So it is the count of sales in accessories. The total sales done has been is 775, right? You can take the sales once again over here. Let me put the sales once again. So it is also displaying the count as well as the sum of sales. If you want to have more things, I am taking the sales again, 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 and again. And let's try to put different aggregations on this. So first one is the count of sales. Second is the total sales. Let me take the third one as I wanted to have the average sales. So this is giving you the average sales. What is the average sales per transaction in the accessories category? It is appearing like that. Then we have maximum sales. What is the maximum sales we have over here? So let me take the max. So I'm getting the maximum sales. So out of the 775 transaction done under the accessories category, the maximum sales value achieved is 3347. It is the maximum sales values we have got. Similarly, if you want, let us take the minimum sales. I'm getting a minimum sales as well over here. Right, so this is the minimum sales value. So in the accessories, the minimum sales value was 0.99. Right, so we can see we have performed the different type of operations on the sales. Right, so this is what we are getting, the table aggregations. The next, for the tabular data, we have a matrix in Power BI. So let us see what does a matrix do. So the next icon which you see along with the table is the matrix icon. I will double click on this matrix icon. Let me resize it. Now, what is the difference between a table and a matrix? So in a matrix, you will see in table, we were only getting the values, but matrix give you a cross tabular format. It has the rows and the columns. So let's say I wanted to display the sales. I will put the sales into the value on the basis of, let's take the category and the region. Region wise, category wise, sales is being displayed over here. I'm getting a cross tabular in furniture, central region. This is the sales east. This is the sales. The total sales of furniture is this. If I talk about the central, the total sales of central is this. Okay. All the formatting and options and all which you can do on the table, you can also do in the matrix. So you can go to the format over here. You can choose the style, whichever you want. Let's take bold header, flashy rows. This is what I have taken. Or this, or this, and even bold headers. This is fine. Let's take this one. Okay, then it is again, if you want to do some different this formatting, you can do. You can try it at your end. And let me put in the, along with the categories, let me also put the subcategory into the rows, and let's see what happens. Just notice over here what is happening. I have put in the subcategories, and if you notice, as soon as I put in the subcategories, I'm getting some additional icons over here. Let me reduce the size of this so that it is, you can see some additional icons are appearing over here. Let me remove the subcategory from here. See, and just notice once again, I will put the subcategory into the rows. you can see I'm getting some additional items. And also if you notice on the side, you will get a plus sign. Now, when you will click on this plus sign, the furniture will be further bifurcated on the basis of subcategories. Click on this plus, click on the plus. So you can see the things are getting further bifurcated over here. Okay, the things are getting bifurcated. Okay, then if you want to go back, you can use this icon. You can click on this drill up icon. So it will go back to this. And now you have some double-headed arrow over here. So it will go to the next level of the hierarchy. So you will click on this. So all the things will be expanded over here. You go back, it will go up, right? Then you have the double-headed arrow. Click on this double-headed arrow. It will go to the next level of the hierarchy. That is, after furniture, after category, we have subcategory. So it will go to the subcategory over here. So I'm getting subcategory wise sales over here. I will go back up and let me say drill up. Again, I'm getting category and the region wise sales over here. Let me also put the segment into the columns, something like this. Here it is. Now I have over here as well. Now, if you will click on this, sorry, not on this, I will click on this double-headed arrows. I will go up. Let me click on the double-headed arrow. My furniture is being expanded to the category has been expanded to the subcategory. But what if I wanted to expand? What if I wanted to expand the region on the basis of segment? How can I do that? My buttons are working only for the category, but not for the region. Why? Because here it says drill on rows. Let me make it column. And now you go to the double-headed arrow. You can see that the region has been further bifurcated on the basis of the segment. I can go back to the rows and I can click on the double-headed arrow and you will see that it has been bifurcated further over here. Okay, if you want, you can let me go up. I will go take the columns. I will go up. Now I will click on double-headed arrow, which will take you to the next level of the hierarchy. So I'm getting the segment. I will make it as a rows and I will again click on this double-headed arrow. I'm getting the subcategory and the segment wise sales over here. Okay. So that is known as matrix hierarchies. Rest everything works same as tables over here. Okay. Then the next type of visual which is coming up over here is a line chart. So let's see how can we create a line chart. Line chart is normally used to display a trend. So let me take, this is a line chart over here. Let me resize the line and I would like to take the sales into the values and let me take the order date over here into the axis. So you can see I'm getting the year wise sales over here. If you want, you can also take let us take the category into the legend. So you are getting category also over here. Okay, you are getting the category over here. Now you will see here I have not created any hierarchy, but the hierarchy buttons are appearing over here automatically. Why? Because I have used a date data type. Always remember in Power BI, date data types gives us a default hierarchy. Now, if you will click on this double-headed arrow, so it will move to the next level, that is year-wise, quarter-wise sales. If I click on the double-headed arrow once again, I'm getting the year-wise, quarter-wise, and the month-wise sales. I'm getting monthly sales over here. Let me go up. So it is displaying the quarterly sales, and I will go up. I'm getting the yearly sales. Let me click on the double-headed arrow. Now it is giving me the quarter sales, and it is giving me the monthly sales over here. Okay, so that is the line chart. And remember, we use line chart for the trend To display the trend, we display the line chart, and whenever we work with the date data type in any type of visual, you will be getting a default hierarchy. Okay, the next type of visual which comes up over here is the line chart we already talked about, is the area chart. Now area chart is same line like line chart, with the difference that the area below the line is covered, is filled, I should say. So this is the area chart. Let me resize it. Let us take the sales on the basis of order date. As you can see, it is same like the line chart, but the only difference is the area below the line is filled. Okay, then let me also put region into the legend. Here. So this is a area chart. If you want to display the labels, you can go to the formatting and you can see the data label as one. So you are getting the data labels over here. I can go back, I can remove the legend over here, and it gives a better view, something like this. So this is a area chart over here. Then we have combo charts in Power BI. Let us see what is this combo chart. So we have a line and a clustered column. So here it is, line and the clustered column chart. Let me take this. Let's resize it. Let us take the sales. What happened? Let us take the sales on the basis of order date. And let me put the region. Let me put the region into the column series. And you can see each bar is representing the regional sales, where the purple bar represents the western sales, the blue bar representing this is representing the central sales, east and west is being displayed over here. And now in the line values, let us take profit over here. Here it is what I'm getting. Let me go over here and I will say the data label as on. Here it is. So it is displaying in the year 2014, the central region sales was 104,000, then eastern was 129,000, south is 103, and say west is 147. And the overall profit generated in 2014 is 50,000, 50,000, 15 it is 62,000, 16 it is 82,000, and 17 it is 93,000. So the profit is continuously growing. This is what we have observed over here. So this is known as a combined chart. That is the combined chart which we have taken over here. Line and a stacked column. Sorry, line and the clustered column we have talked about. The next is line and the stacked column. So let us take the line and the stacked column over here. Here it is. So the second chart you say is a line and a stacked column. I will resize it. I will like to take the sales. I'm taking the same option so that you can see the difference. Sales on the basis of order date. Let me put the region into the column series. And you can see I'm getting a stacked bar chart, and I would like to put the profit into the line values. Here it is. I will go to the data labels and I want to have the data labels over here. I can scroll down and I also want to have total levels. This is what I'm getting over here. So it is displaying the sales of Western region in 2015, that is 0.15 million. It is South is 0.1 million, and so on. So individual sales is being displayed. Also, I am getting the total sales of 2014 is 0.48 million. In 15, it is 0.47. 16, it is 0.61, and 17, it is 0.73. And this is the profit going on. First year 50,000, second year 62,000, third year 82, and fourth year is how much? 73. Okay. 0.73 million is what we are getting out over here, right? So this is what we are getting over here as a line and the stacked column. So these are the combo charts we have. Another interesting visual we have in the Power BI is the scatter chart. Now this is a special visual we have in the Power BI, and the specialty is that scatter chart is the only default animated chart in Power BI. I repeat, it is a default animated chart in Power BI. It could be also asked in the interview as well. Okay. So let's see how can we create a scatter chart. So let's take another this, and let me go to the scatter chart over here. Let me resize this. Let me take the sales. Let me take the sales and let me take the profit. I have taken the sales and the profit, and this dot in the center, it is representing the overall sales and the overall profit. Size, let me put the sales into the size also, so that I will be getting a bigger size bubble over here. Then I wanted to bifurcate it on the basis of, let's take subcategory. I will put it into the details. Yes, I'm getting the subcategory sales and the profit. So each bubble is representing the sales and the profit of the respective subcategory. And okay, let me put the order date. Here is the order date. Let me put the order date into the play axis. You will see one more option over here, that is the play axis. I will put it into the play axis, and now I will click on, so you will see just notice on this visual carefully, and I will click on this play icon in the bar. See, the dates are changing, and you will see that the bubbles are also moving a bit. Okay, but I don't want this, so I can click on this drop down arrow. Instead of order date, I will take date hierarchy, and I'm taking year. Now you click on the plus 14, click on plus, sorry, the play icon, 15, 16, 17. So you are getting the moving bubbles over here. If you want, I can put this. Let me put the category into the legend. Here it is. Now let's click on the play icon. 14, 15, 16, and 17. Yes. 15, 16, 17, 14. Okay, so this is how we are getting it over here. So it is a default animated. You can see the animation over here. And the beauty is, let me click on this. What is this? Technology. Let me click on technology. Now it is showing you the journey of technology for 2014 to 2017. So it is continuously growing. Let us take, what is this? Chairs. So this is the journey of chairs. Let us take this. This is, what is this? Appliances. So you can see. Let us take the journey of chairs. Here it is. Wherever you will click, you will get the path. How is it has reached to that respective position. So that is known as scatter chart over here. Okay. Proceeding further, the next type of visual we have is a waterfall chart. So let's quickly create a waterfall chart. So this is a waterfall where it has gone. Here it is. And I would like to take the sales into the values, and I would like to take subcategories over here into the category. So subcategory wise sales is being displayed. You can go to the format. And I will go to the format. Let me take the data labels over here. Here it goes. So it is displaying, it is known as a waterfall because it looks like a waterfall, that the water is falling from the top to the bottom. This is known as a waterfall chart. If you want, you can further bifurcate it, but it will not give a better sense. So if I want to take where it has gone, here it is. Let me try to bifurcate it on the basis of category. But it is not giving us a good option over here. So let me remove the category, and this looks a better option. So this is a waterfall chart. The next type of visual we have over here is a tree map. So let's see how can we create a tree map. Tree map is also used for the comparison of the values. So I will take a tree. This is a tree map over here. Let me resize. And let us take the sales into the values. Now you can see this complete box indicates a sale. Now I will like to put the region into the group. So you can see the total sales has been divided into the 4 parts. And if you want, you can further bifurcate it. Let's take category into the details. So you can see it has been further bifurcated. Let me go to the data labels, and I will say no legends. I want data label as on. And I can go to the data labels. I don't want this. Okay, this is what we are getting, and we can put anything we want over here. Let us take in the region. I will also like to take the segment. And in category, I would also like to have subcategory. Okay, it is in detail. So not the subcategory. I would like to keep category over here. Here it is. And if you will notice over here, again, you are getting a hierarchy over. And if you will click on this hierarchy, you will go to the next level. You go over here, you click on the double headed, next level is being displayed. Go over here. Now, also remember in a tree map, the first square will always represent the maximum value. The first square will represent the maximum value. So the western region has given us the maximum sales. In the western region, furniture has given us the maximum sales. In the eastern region, technology, central technology, and south also technology has given us the maximum sales. So other than the west, in all the regions, technology has given us the maximum sales. Okay. So this is known as a tree map. So if you wanted to compare too many values, you can utilize a tree map for it. Okay, let us try one more visual over here, which is known as a gauge chart. Now gauge chart is also a very important chart and we use it very frequently in our reports, right? Gauge chart, some people also refer to as a GOT chart, and it is used to compare the actual versus the target. So let us try to create a gauge chart over here. Here it is, and where it has gone, this is the gauge chart, and let me increase the size. Supposingly, I wanted to have the sales into the values. So you will see you are getting the total sales, and you also wanted to put the profit into the target value. So you can see it is displaying the total sales and the profit. Total sales and the profit. And normally gauge chart is used in combination with the other charts. Okay. In Power BI, you can have multiple visuals on the same page. So let me take one more visual. So remember, if you are taking another visual, no other visual should be selected. So I have deselected the gauge chart. Now I will like to take a bar chart over here where I would like to display the sales on the basis of category. Let me put it over here. Let me take one more visual over here where I would like to take the regional sales. So I'm getting a regional sales over here. So I have taken two visuals. Now see the beauty, and let me quickly also display the data labels over here. I will go to the formatting, make the data label as on. You can go over here, and here also you can make, here also you can make the data label as on. Right. Now see what happens. Let me click on technology. This is a default feature of Power BI, and you will see that the value has been changed. Initially, it was how much? 2.3 million. But if I click on technology, I'm getting 836,000, which is the total sales generated in the technology category. Okay. You click on West. Again, it is getting changed. Let us see few of the formatting options of this, for which let me click it outside. Let us see few of the formatting options of the gauge chart. So I can click on this format icon when we have the gauge axis. Now, if you have noticed, the fill percentage of this gauge chart is almost 50%. And if you have noticed that when I clicked on technology, just focus on this axis, it is going from 0 million to 4.59 million. If you click on technology, say it has become from 0 to 1.67. You click on office supplies, it will become 0 to 1.4. So depending on this, the data, this axis is dynamic by default. So what can I do? I will go to the formatting. I can go to the gauge axis. I can give the maximum value. So I'm taking the maximum value as right. So I have taken the maximum value as this, which is the actual sales. Minimum value 0, I'm fine with it. Now, if you click on technology, you will see that the sales value will not change. The axis will remain static, but the fill percentage will change. Right? Can you see the value? And this fill percentage is being changed over here. Right. Again, I will go to this gauge chart. So this was the gauge axis. If you want to change the data color, let me take the fill color as, I would like to take golden over here. I have make it as a golden, and the target value, let us take some different target value. And I would like to take a green color over here. Let me put it like this. Here it is. I'm getting a green color over here. Data labels. So let me switch off the data labels. So you can see at the bottom, the data labels were there. It has been removed. So I don't want the data labels. I can click on this formatting. Target value. This is the target value. If you don't want, you can switch it off, but I want it. I'm keeping it. Call out value. At the center, it is the call out value. If you want, and target value also, I would like to change the color. I'm taking it as the green color over here. And let me say the call out value, and I would like to put it in the, let's take golden color over here. This is how it is appearing. And title on the top, sales and the profit is appearing. I don't want the title. I want to do the background. So I'm putting the background color as, sorry, as black. I have taken the black background color over here. If you want some border and all, you can do that as well. I'm taking the border and I'm taking the shadow. Let me take it like this. I can go to the borders. I can take a golden color border over here. And if you want, I can change the this, and here it goes. Let me resize it. Just a second, please. Here it is. So you can see I have resized my visual, and this is how I'm getting the gauge chart. Done some formatting, and you can see how does it look now. I click on technology, furniture, western, south, central, whatever I will click, it will move according. Right? So this is my gauge chart. Like this, you can create multiple visuals on the same page. And the beauty of Power BI is whatever visuals you will put on the same page, they will be dynamic to each other. All the visuals will be dynamic to each other. They will be responsive to each other by default. We don't have to do anything. Okay, so this was the gauge chart, how we can use the gauge chart. And the next thing which is coming up over here is cards in Power BI. So the gauge chart and cards are very, very important from the reporting point of view. All right. Thank you for being with us, and I will look forward to meet you again tomorrow, same time, same link. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.